She thought it was just age. The way she forgot where the keys were. How her coffee sat cold on the counter while she searched for a name that used to come so easily. But what if I told you it wasn't age? What if behind her forgetfulness were daily habits that destroy memory, hidden in her breakfast, her pills, and even her silence? You see, the scariest part isn't forgetting. It's not knowing what's quietly erasing you. Most people think memory fades because that's just how it goes after 60. But that belief, it's one of the most dangerous lies we tell ourselves. In this video, you'll uncover 5 habits that cause memory loss no one warned you about. Habits that shrink the hippocampus, fuel neuroinflammation and memory loss, and mimic the early signs of dementia in seniors, while looking perfectly normal. Some may already be in your life, or worse, in your mother's. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand what's happening. You'll know exactly what to change. We're not here to scare you. We're here to open your eyes with truth, with clarity, and with solutions that are natural, safe, and real. And the first clue. It's hidden in the most innocent part of the day. The breakfast that looked harmless, but clouded her mind all morning. Every morning, it looked like the perfect start to her day. Toast with margarine, a glass of orange juice, maybe a banana on the side. But what most people don't realize is that these healthy habits that cause memory loss often come dressed as innocence. The combination of refined carbs and sugars caused sharp blood sugar spikes, followed by sudden drops. That crash left Maria tired, mentally foggy, and forgetful before lunch. It wasn't age. It was what she was putting on her plate every day without suspecting a thing. It's a common trap, especially after 60. Thinking low-fat and fruit juice is the safest route. But in reality, these daily habits that destroy memory rob the brain of stability. High glycemic breakfasts increase insulin swings, which, over time, trigger neuroinflammation and memory loss. Her hippocampus, the brain's memory center, paid the price every time. If you've ever felt like you just can't focus in the morning, maybe it's not your age. Maybe it's what you had at breakfast. Want something better? Swap that juice for a handful of blueberries with Greek yogurt. Try avocado toast on whole grain bread with a boiled egg. These are natural ways to improve memory, grounded in real science. Maria didn't need another supplement. She needed balance. And what happened next in her daily routine made things even worse. The night pill that stole her days. At first, it seemed harmless. A tiny pill before bed to help her sleep. But this nightly habit was one of the hidden habits that caused memory loss Maria never questioned. She started forgetting appointments, misplacing her phone, and feeling groggy during the day. What no one told her is that many sleeping pills, especially those with anticholinergic properties, block the formation of new memories. The worst part, she thought it was just part of getting older. This is one of the early signs of dementia in seniors that goes unnoticed. A side effect mistaken as normal aging is often a red flag caused by the very medication meant to help. Many of these drugs disrupt communication between neurons, slowly shrinking the hippocampus over time. And no, it's not written in big letters on a label. It's buried in tiny print under names most people can't pronounce. The result: cognitive decline that creeps in without warning. Maria didn't need to suffer in silence. There are natural ways to improve memory and sleep, like magnesium glycinate before bed, meditation music, or even a chamomile tea ritual with lavender oil on the pillow. But nobody told her this. Nobody warned Carlos either. And while the pill erased her clarity each night, the food she trusted during the day wasn't doing much better. The healthy food that starved her brain. She bought everything labeled light, zero, or fat-free, thinking she was doing the right thing. But in truth, those labels were part of the trap. Maria's brain was being starved, not fed. You see, the brain is made of nearly 60% fat, and when modern diets cut out healthy fats completely, they quietly become dangerous habits for brain health. Without omega-3s, good cholesterol, and fat-soluble vitamins, the brain struggles to maintain clarity, focus, and long-term memory. It didn't happen overnight. It was slow, subtle. A skipped yolk here, a salad with no olive oil there. And suddenly, Maria couldn't recall the neighbor's name or why she walked into the room. These weren't coincidences. They were symptoms of habits that shrink the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for learning and memory. And every light food she trusted, it was robbing her brain of the building blocks it desperately needed. There are natural ways to improve memory, but they're not always found in the health food aisle. Fatty fish like salmon, chia seeds, walnuts, and eggs with the yolk, those are brain foods. Even a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil over steamed vegetables can help rebuild what was lost. Carlos would have never guessed that the very foods his mother avoided were the ones that could have saved her cognition. And sadly, the silence she lived in only made it worse. The silence that rewired her brain. At first, it was just quiet. The house felt calm, maybe even peaceful. But over time, that silence grew heavy, the kind that echoes. Maria stopped receiving phone calls, avoided going out, and found herself spending whole afternoons in silence. What most people don't know is that emotional isolation isn't just sad. It's one of the daily habits that destroy memory. Without social interaction and emotional stimulation, the brain starts to dim, like a light fading room by room. Neuroscience has shown that meaningful connection, not just scrolling or watching TV, actively stimulates memory pathways. When those connections fade, so does the brain's vitality. This isn't just loneliness. It's a cognitive risk factor. It mimics the early signs of dementia in seniors, especially when combined with other triggers like sleep issues or poor diet. Maria wasn't just alone. She was unchallenged, unstimulated, and slowly slipping through the cracks. A simple walk with a neighbor, a phone call with her grandson, or joining a local choir could have made all the difference. Even reading aloud, especially emotionally rich stories, engages memory circuits deeply. These are natural ways to improve memory, rooted in warmth, not just supplements. But Maria's silence continued. And while everyone thought she was just quiet, her brain was changing in ways no one could see. And what she turned to for help wasn't what her brain really needed. The brain games that didn't work, and what actually does. She downloaded the apps, spent afternoons tapping colored shapes and matching cards, thinking it would keep her mind sharp. It felt productive. But sadly, these routines became yet another set of habits that cause memory loss, or at least, failed to prevent it. The brain loves challenge, yes, but it thrives on variety, depth, and emotion, not just repetition on a screen. Maria was playing, but her memory wasn't improving. It was drifting quietly. Science shows that what causes memory loss in elderly isn't just aging. It's underuse of the brain in meaningful ways. Movement, real conversation, learning new things, even gardening or cooking from scratch, those are far more effective for brain protection than any app. Brain games give a false sense of safety, like you're doing something smart, while avoiding the deeper habits that truly stimulate neuroplasticity and prevent cognitive decline. Want something that actually works? Learning a new language, taking dance classes, volunteering with children. Those create real, lasting changes in the brain. They promote blood flow, emotional engagement, and activate the hippocampus in ways no app ever could. Maria didn't need flashing lights on her phone. She needed life, variety, and connection. And what she did next might surprise you. It didn't come from a doctor or a pharmacy. Imagine her standing in front of the fridge, forgetting why she opened it. The same fridge where she once kept her grandson's birthday cake. The tomato sauce for Sunday's lasagna. That moment, so simple, carries a deeper question. How many of these slips are we still calling normal? How many Mariahs are silently losing pieces of their lives, believing it's just part of aging? What if your mother's forgetfulness isn't aging at all, but the result of quiet habits, silence, misleading food labels, pills no one questioned? And what if changing just one thing could protect the sound of a grandchild's laughter, the memory of her wedding song, the way back to the pharmacy she used to visit every month? These aren't just neurons. They're chapters. And when they fade, so does our legacy. Are we really okay with that? So what happens next? Will this be just another video you watched, or the one that changed everything? If this touched something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your mom, your dad, a friend who still has time to protect their mind. And subscribe to this channel, not just for information, but for clarity, for protection, for truth. Because memory isn't just health, it's identity. And it's worth defending.